It's so sad. I literally did a whole intro and I didn't even realize I was recording. So y'all don't even get the full. You guys don't get the full energy, unfortunately. But anyways, today's review is on Tron. Tron 1 and Tron Legacy. I'm gonna make this a quick video because last video was like 20 minutes. I don't want to stretch it out that long since I'm doing two movies this time. It'd be like a 40-minute video if I did that. Let me just breeze through Tron 1. Great concept. I like it. Story was a little wonky. Not too good. I'll be honest with you. It was made in the 80s. Rare movies. Some real gems kid on the 80s. All right. Special things came out in the 80s. It really paved the path up until 2010, and movies started to decline even more. But besides that, great story, great characters. I really like the character of Tron. I'm so sad what happened to him in the second movie, but yeah, I'll give Tron 1 a 57. 57%. That's what you get in Tron. Now Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy is a different story. It took the concept and improved on it drastically because obviously, in the 80s, things weren't how do I say it? Things weren't too great in the VFX and all that good stuff department. And let me tell you, Legacy really went hard. It went hard. I mean, I love the story. It continues Flynn's story. Kevin Flynn, to be specific. But it continues it through his son. I can't remember the name because I don't have it pulled up. Sam Flynn. And I think the actor Garrett Hedlund that plays Sam Flynn, I think he's a great. I think he did pretty great in that movie. He carried on Jeff Bridges' character from the first movie. He really dragged his personality to the newer movie, and it was a really fun watch. I'll try to run through the story as fast as possible because I get too slow when it comes to talk about the story. But yeah, so Kevin Flynn, main character from the first movie, he has a kid, and he's improving the grid, making all this other stuff. He makes a clone of himself called Clue, which we saw in the first movie, but it was more of like a throwaway character, but he came back. Yeah, and small story short, Clue turns bad. Clue turns bad, and it causes Kevin Flynn to get stuck in the grid for a while and basically abandon his son. And unfortunately, these movies are named after a specific character, and we barely see him anymore. Tron. We do see Tron. He's just a corrupted AI now. He's like, they call him Rinsler now. It was a badass character, but I would have liked to see Tron more, and I hope I see him in the future more too. But we'll get back to that in a second. So yeah, a couple years go by. Sam Flynn, the son of Kevin Flynn, he decides to he gets sucked into the world just like his dad did after going to an old arcade that Kevin Flynn used to own back in the 80s or whatever. And the world, let me tell you, when they transport him into the world, the grid, I'm pretty sure it's called. It's such an interesting take on a otherworldly scenario. Getting transported into another world. It's beautiful. It's really fucking cool. He gets captured by some guards, and you kind of get a hint as to how the world in there works, and he basically gets put into the games immediately. Like, he's fighting these people, and then he does surprisingly really good, which is weird because he doesn't. I don't know if he knows. It's weird. He kind of just knows what to do, which is kind of off-putting. But he meets Rinsler and they start fighting, and they're pretty even, surprisingly, which is weird because Rinsler's kind of like built for this shit, and he just drops in and he's just like, oh, I know how to do this. He escapes and he gets trapped or whatever. They fight again, Rinsler and Sam, and he draws blood. And the thing is about Rinsler, aka Tron, he fights for the users, which is what Flynn is. Any human that goes into the grid, they're users. So when he sees that, he doesn't kill him, but he basically like exposes him to the whole group. And that's where we get Clue. Clue, which keep in mind is a clone of Kevin Flynn. He pretends to be his dad and then tricks him, takes his disc or some shit like that. He puts him to fight so he can get Kevin Flynn to come out and appear again so he can steal his disc or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's his plan. That's his plan in the whole movie. He wants Kevin Flynn's disc or whatever. But yeah, they start racing or whatever in the bikes. It's a really fucking cool scene. I'm hearing mixed things about Ares, so I'm a little scared, but I'll be going in with an open mind. Yeah. So they all do the fighting, blah blah blah. A couple people die. It's Sam versus Clue and Rinsler, I'm pretty sure, and he gets saved by Cora. I think that's her name. Yeah, let's just go with that. Cora is the last surviving member of, I forgot what they were called. They're called the fuck were they called? They were like a rare AI or some shit that could solve fucking every problem in the world, apparently. And that's the reason why Clue basically betrayed Kevin Flynn and Tron, because he didn't like the fact that another AI or whatever was basically taking his role as the perfect whatever. And she's the last survivor of her people, being protected by Kevin Flynn, and she saves Sam and brings him to Kevin Flynn. And then he reunites with his real dad. It's a real nice scene. And basically, Kevin Flynn tells him everything that I literally just told you. But he also tells the reason why he's stuck in the grid, because he doesn't want Clue to get his identity disc. That's why he lives so far out from the city. And he's like a god, basically, in this movie. Somewhat of a god. He does a lot of godly things. But yeah, Sam basically pulls a move that his father would probably do, and he dips out of there because he doesn't want to live there his whole life. He wants to fight back. And a whole bunch of shit goes down. Let me just speed run it and get to the near end because I don't want my video to go over 15 minutes. He goes to a club in the grid city or whatever, and basically gets tricked by this hot siren girl. Yeah, his name is Zeus. Not the siren girl, but the guy the siren girl works for. And basically Clue jumps him, gets his. Well, they go to kill him, and then Cora saves him, and then Flynn shows up to save him too. And then he gets his identity disc stolen, Kevin Flynn, and they end up having to race to the exit of the grid. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a giant portal that leads to the real world. And during that chase, Rensler, Tron, he he slowly starts remembering his past self, and in a final act, he tries to save the gang, and he crashes his ship into Clue, which doesn't fully end things, but we he doesn't die, but we get a hint that he's normal again, like he goes back to being Tron, but we don't get nothing more. Um, I was real interested on Tron's story. I really wish they continued it, but yeah. They make it to the portal. Clue meets them up there. They start fighting, and Cora and Kevin switch out their discs. So when Clue gets Kevin's disc again, um, and Clue gets Kevin's disc. It's actually Cora's, and he gets pissed and tries to chase him, only for Kevin to pull some godly move and basically like merge himself with Clue, which kills them both. I mean, I, I don't know. I don't know why he didn't like just use his powers to like shove him off the bridge, just. But the movie ends with the entire city or whatever they were in just blowing up, and Cora and Kevin living in the real world. The real world. That's another thing. The programs can't leave it, but for some reason, those specific programs, like Cora, can just leave the grid, which is pretty interesting. I don't know why they didn't make a third one with them, because they were supposed to. It was supposed to be called Tron Ares or Legacy or Uprising. It was supposed to be called Tron Uprising. But we got Tron Ares with Jared Leto, the franchise killer. Um, yeah, that was Tron Legacy and Tron 1982. I'll give Tron Legacy a 70. 70 is fine. I don't. It was a good movie, but I'm not gonna rank it any higher because I rank very rare movies above 90, even grazing 80. Well, touching 80, but barely touching 90. But yeah, I had a good time watching these movies. Excited for Ares, not too much though because Jared Leto's in it. Nothing wrong with Jared Leto. I don't think he's I don't he does music, he does acting. He doesn't have the best track record ever since the Suicide Squad, but who knows? Something might be good in this movie. I don't know. But then again, every Tron movie's met with backlash and praise, so we might get another Tron movie in like fucking 5 years or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for watching another one of my very poorly edited videos and yapping sessions. But hey, I'm a guy who likes movies, so if you like movies, this is for you. Also, leave a comment. What movie I should watch next? Any movies. But then again, I've seen a lot of movies, so I'll try to work on my deeper dissecting of these movies. But I'm broke, so I can't really watch newer movies when they come out. So I gotta wait. But I just want to rate movies. A little fun hobby. Bye.